The thing about what we do, whether it's building a plane or in construction, is there's no recipe book. There's no book that tells you what to do next. You need people that show up for work and challenge themselves to think about, what do I need next? How do I get to that next step? My name is Hoeschen. I'm a project executive for McGough Construction, and when I'm not working or spending time with my family, I enjoy aviation. I never thought I'd be a pilot. I always enjoyed airplanes and being around them, but I never considered doing it for a living. I went to college for construction management, and it wasn't long after starting my professional career in Colorado that I got into aviation. One weekend was driving around the Front Range and saw a little sign by the Erie Airport that said, "Learn to fly here." And I thought, what the heck? So I took the Discovery flight, really enjoyed it, and that's what got me into aviation. After finishing my instant rating, I really wanted to have an airplane. So I would spend hours peeling through aircraft ads looking for what I could afford or what I could buy or build, and decided to take the plunge into building my own airplane. So I bought the tail kit of a Vans RV-9A and proceeded to work on it. It was relatively quick. I did it in, I don't even think it was 2.5 years. That was literally every weekend for 2.5 years. You just ask my wife. I think, having a background in construction of scheduling, planning, and procurement and thinking ahead is probably what helped me accomplish that so fast, because effectively that's what we do day in and day out, is look ahead, plan ahead, have a plan, have a contingency plan. So I'd started the project before I had any kids, and by the time I was done, I had a 2-seat airplane and a 4-person family. So that is what started my hobby of trading airplanes over and over again. I first joined McGough in 2015. I recently relocated back from California, and McGough had recently started the Fargo regional office. And I feel so fortunate to have relocated my family back to the Midwest and then be able to work for an employer like McGough, who is good people, but also works on the challenging and complex projects similar to what I had done around the country. I feel really lucky to have found a good employer that works on the types of projects that I enjoy. I've always been drawn towards big, complex projects. Earlier on in my career, when I was a superintendent and project manager, I always thought it was pretty cool to be part of the biggest show in town, the tallest tower cranes in the city and the biggest project sites. I always thought that was pretty neat. And now the ability to do that in North Dakota and be part of the biggest project going on in the state, that drives me. I think it's fun. It's exciting. It's challenging, to say the least, but I've always been drawn towards that. It's not every day that I get to fly to work, but when the weather and schedules align, yes, I've been known to hop in my plane and run out to the job site for the day and make it home the same day, so it works out pretty well.
Traffic Bellanca 28018 departing runway 12.
This aircraft rolled off the assembly line in Alexandria, Minnesota in 1978. It's been very well cared for since then. You don't see airplanes being built like this anymore. It was built by craftsmen in a wood shop by hand back in the day. What's interesting is I never knew that Bellanca aircraft were built in my hometown. I didn't stumble on that till many years later, after I got into flying, started watching videos, learned about the Bellanca Super Viking. From that point, every time I went back home, I drove to the airport to go check out this factory, which was still there. It's still there to this day. they're no longer building aircraft, but 30 years later, after getting my pilot's license and getting into flying, I learned about them, and now I've owned 3 of them. And I enjoy flying them and taking care of them. And really, I'm just the caretaker of this airplane until the next person buys it. So I hope to keep it in tip-top shape and well-maintained. And in the meantime, do as much traveling and having fun with it as I can. The lifespan of these airplanes, much like the projects we build, is a direct correlation to the care and craftsmanship that goes into building them. And if built properly and maintained thereafter, these airplanes will last a lifetime. Flying is challenging. It's not unsafe. It's just very unforgiving to human error. And when I go flying, I need to clear my head. I need to focus on what I'm doing. And sometimes getting away to step back will actually help pick up my mood a little bit, give me a new perspective. And I think that's important, that everybody has a hobby, has an outlet, something they enjoy doing, something they're passionate about outside of work. And for me, that's what flying is. I feel fortunate to be working on the McGough team. It aligns with my values of family-oriented, high integrity, and complex projects. I really enjoy it.